Alright, what's going on, guys? It's time for another weekly recap. It's been a pretty bad week for 2K, but I'd say it's been a pretty good week for the 2K community. First, Ronnie got hacked, some crazy tweets were sent, some DMs got leaked, which was wild. We'll get into that. Then, they actually had to release their pack odds for my team. I'm actually so happy that they have finally started disclosing these numbers. I mean, we always knew that it was a scam, but it's nice to actually see the numbers, you know what I mean? Now, before we get into it, two things. Number one, quick shout out to Scuff for the new controller. I actually had to get a new one because I'm pretty sure that Modern Warfare broke my left analog stick from having to sprint 100 meters from spawn to find someone and, you know, get into some action. Regardless, I went with the Galaxy skin this time. Looks kind of cool, I guess. I usually just go black, you know, nothing wrong with a little bit of blacked, but, you know, we had to switch it up a little bit. The only recommendation I ever make for a Scuff is to get an impact over the regular PS4 controller. Unless you got like little baby hands and you like the PS4 controller, go ahead. But if you have large alpha male hands like myself and many others, you might want to go with the impact. So anyways, if you do get something, use my code Birdman, 5% off, you know, a little something. Honestly, a good amount of people actually use the code, even though I don't really talk about it that much. So shout out to all of you. Anyways, moving on. Second thing I wanted to mention. Today, a lot of NBA teams had their new jerseys revealed for the season. Some were pretty good, some were pretty bad. Of course, that's to be expected. But one that really stood out to me was the Milwaukee Bucks. So I'll put a picture up on the screen now of what it looks like. So I think the color scheme looks pretty good. You know, it's got the nice cream color. You know, I like that. However, I think the text could use a little work. As you can see, it actually says Cream City on the front. Now, I don't know who came up with this idea. I don't know how this made it all the way through production without somebody saying something about this. Now, I actually had to look this up. I guess it has some sort of historical meaning to the city of Milwaukee. Apparently, they are called the Cream City because of the cream-colored bricks all around the city. If anyone actually lives in Milwaukee and can like confirm that people say this, please leave it in the comment section down below because I have never heard anybody say that. Like, just imagine someone telling you that, right? Like, hey bro, I'm about to go on vacation for a couple days. Oh yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Where are you going? Oh yeah, I'm headed up to Cream City. Like, huh? Excuse me, sir? Yeah, man, Cream City. You want to go with me? No, I don't want to go to Cream City with you, pal. I'm not interested in your cream, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't sound right, you know? So I just thought it was funny that this was somehow released without like one person saying like, hold on, man, doesn't this seem a little bit weird? Like, they haven't even worn the jersey yet. I can't imagine the first time they actually wear these things, how that's gonna go, man. Maybe they did it on purpose. You know, it's hard to believe they'd be that stupid and do this on accident. Maybe they did actually do it on purpose because, I mean, they are getting way more attention than all the other jerseys. So, you know, I guess that's a positive. Maybe this will lead to an increase in sales for this jersey. You know, get a nice Cream City jersey, you know, customized, put a little 69 on it or something, you know, looking pretty good. I don't know. I'm sure somebody might be interested in that. But anyways, I just want to bring that up. So let's get into the two biggest topics of the day. Let's start out with my man Ronald. Ronnie2K, for those of you that don't know, is the community manager. I don't know if that's his official title, but he's like the main spokesperson for 2K. Now, the thing you have to understand is within the 2K community, Ronnie is pretty much like universally hated by everyone. It's really his fault. Like, I think most game developers are pretty hated. They get a lot of the blame, but Ronnie really takes it to a new level. He really brings a lot of this hate upon himself. He probably has like the top 5 most toxic mentions on Twitter. It's almost like Skip Bayless level, okay? I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually like be kind to him in his replies. Like, it's just all negativity, roasting, like bullying, like it's just crazy, right? Anyways, so the other day, a hacker tweets out, going to admit at NBA 2K is a pretty dog shit game. And of course, when we see this, we're going wild in the mentions, man. We're like, holy shit, what's going on here, right? Pretty quickly, it became clear that he was hacked. But for those like 2 minutes where we didn't know what was going on, it was the biggest W that Ronnie had ever taken in his entire life. Until we figured out that it wasn't actually him tweeting all this stuff out. You know, like, oh, okay, whatever. Now, one of the things I have to explain about Ronnie that makes people roast him a lot is, I don't even know how to say this. Okay, basically, because he's like a spokesperson for 2K, he gets a lot of special privileges, I would say, and he almost like thinks of himself like he's a real celebrity. He gets to be around a lot of NBA players and other famous celebrities like rappers or whoever's hanging out at the 2K offices or, you know, wherever he may be, right? He gets to be around these people quite a bit. And every time he's around one of these people, he has like the same ritual. He takes a picture with them and then he doesn't post the picture right away on Twitter. He'll save the picture in his, you know, piggy bank, and then like 3 months later, he'll post it on Twitter with some caption that makes it like really weird. But basically, he tries to make it seem like he's best friends with all these like celebrities and stuff. It's really weird. Like, I'll give you a good example, right? So when 2K dropped, Karl Anthony Towns was, you know, at the offices doing some work for the game or whatever. And of course, Ronnie takes a picture with him. A few months later, Ronnie posts this pic and writes this whole birthday message on Twitter like, yeah, that's my best friend Karl Anthony Towns, man. Happy birthday, bro, man. Wish you the best, all this stuff. Okay, whatever. Meanwhile, if you go to Karl Anthony Towns' Twitter, he's joining in with the 2K community and saying hashtag fire Ronnie2K. You know what I mean? Like, this dude's saying happy birthday. Meanwhile, Karl Anthony Towns is asking for him to get fired. Like, come on, man. And he does this with like every single NBA player or person. Like, here's one with KD, another happy birthday. Here's one with Paul George. He really wrote bad boys for life at Paul George as if Paul George was like his day one homie. They're just bad boys for life. Like, it's just so weird. And like, these people never even like respond to him or acknowledge it or anything. Like, it's really strange. Now, one of the main people he always tweets at is Drake, right? So the whole finals, he was like tweeting at Drake like they were best friends or whatever. Now, the hacker actually released some of his DMs. There were a lot of ones, but the ones that I thought were funny was the ones that he sent to Drake. So you can see from the picture that Drake basically ignores him. It looks here like he sent a selfie to him or something. I'm not really sure. And then after that, on August 26th, he says, 10 days until 2K20, bro. You psyched? Like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, of course Drake doesn't respond. I don't know what he was expecting as a response. Like, what did you think Drake was gonna say? Like, hell yeah, Ronnie, I'm fucking psyched. Can't wait to play NBA 2K20, man. Hit me up on release night, man. Let's run the park, bro. Yeah, bad boys for life. Like, I don't know what he was expecting, but of course, Drake just completely ignores him. So that's one of the reasons that a lot of the 2K community does not like Ronnie, is because he does that non-stop on Twitter. And that's aside from the fact that he's lied numerous times about the game. Just literally everything about him just makes him very unlikable to the 2K community. And I really am not trolling when I say I don't think I've ever seen a positive response in his mentions. So that's pretty much it for the, you know, Ronnie getting hacked situation. He got all of his accounts back and stuff. No big deal, of course. You know, when you're Ronnie2K, you get shit done. You know what I mean? He got it all back. Now, let's go ahead and move on to our final, at least in my opinion, most interesting story, okay? 2K has finally been forced to show their pack odds, and I'm pretty sure every other sports game has already done this. I know FIFA, Madden, and NHL already do this because they are all made by EA. I believe MLB The Show does this as well, and I think 2K were the only ones who were actually hiding the pack odds, but because of all the new legislation coming out, all games are required to show the odds for any like loot box type content that they may have. So let's go ahead and take a look at these 2K odds that they got going on. The only one that really matters to us is the 93 plus. Those are going to be the best cards in the game. And it says that you have a less than 2% chance. And also, it should be noted that there's a disclaimer at the bottom saying that these odds are subject to change at any point in time, whenever they feel like, for whatever reason, basically is what they say at the bottom. So even that is a little bit concerning that, they can change it from less than 2 to who knows what. Now, less than 2 means that it could be 1.99, or it could mean that it's 0.01. And in my experience from all of last year and from the first month or so of this year before I stopped playing, it's probably closer to 0.01 than it is to 1.99. A 2% chance would indicate that you should get at least one 93 plus card out of 50 packs. But I assure you, and anyone that has actually watched my 2K pack opening streams from last year can confirm, I assure you that I've opened more than 50 packs before and gotten absolutely nothing. Of course, that's not how probability works. Each pack is independent of the last one. But that being said, it still should equal out to what they're saying, which in my opinion, it does not. But I just think it's pretty shady that they give a specific percentage for all of the players except for the most important one. The one that people are actually opening the packs to get, they don't show you the actual percentage. And I think the fact that they don't give you an exact number is pretty telling of what the exact number must actually be, right? Let's just think about it. It would be in their best interest to show as high of a number as possible, right? If the number was like really respectable, let's say you had a 50% chance of getting the card, obviously that's insane, but they would obviously want to plaster that all over the pack, right? They would want everyone to know you have a very good chance of getting the card because then more people are going to buy packs. The only reason they would want to hide the exact number is because it's probably like 0.01%. It's such a horrible number that if anyone were to see the exact number, they would be like, fuck that, I'm not opening no packs for a 0.01% chance to get the card. That's dumb. Now, just for comparison's sake, I want to show you guys the Madden pack odds. So, just a quick note, in Madden, the overalls right now are currently a little bit lower than they are in 2K. Basically, if you've ever played a sports game like this before, they start out the year with very low overalls, like in the 80s, maybe a couple 90s, and then as the year progresses, the cards get better and better until you finally, at the end of the year, you hit 99 overall and you get like amazing cards, right? So currently, right now, I would say that a 91 in Madden is pretty comparable to a 93 in 2K because the highest card that you can pull that's not limited in Madden right now is only a 93, whereas in 2K you can pull 95s. So it's basically the same thing. 91 and 93, those are kind of like the top tier thresholds in each game. Now, if you compare the percentages, as you can see, Madden gives you almost a 5% chance, and they show the exact number, 4.8%, whereas 2K does not show the number, and best case scenario, they're giving you a 1.99% chance, which most likely it's way less than that. And Madden is made by EA, okay, so it's not like EA is known for their customer satisfaction or anything, but when EA, of all people, are more than doubling your pack odds, maybe there's an issue with your game, 2K. When EA is showing you up like that, maybe there's a problem. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Definitely some interesting information, to say the least. As always, if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about, be sure to link me them on Twitter. It doesn't have to be gaming related. I think this might be the first weekly recap where I actually only talked about gaming. Usually it's like all sorts of crazy stuff, but anyways, link it to me on Twitter. If I like it, I'll put it in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels